Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Advanced. The 1980 season is on the air. Today's date is July 5th, 1980. This is the final game before the All-Star break. We are at Riverfront Stadium for a National League matchup between the Houston Astros and the Cincinnati Reds. The Astros are the best team in the National League, 53 wins and 22 losses. The Reds come into this game a record of 35-42. They are 7 games under 500. No, they are in last place at the moment in the National League West, but they're nowhere out of it yet. We still got 3 months of baseball left to play. So hopefully we'll have a good matchup here between the Astros and the Reds. The All-Star break is up next after this game here on the network. Yes, we have reached the All-Star break, amazing as it is already here in this 1980 season, already moving pretty quick. So we hopefully have a good game today. The Reds historically won this game 8-6. The Astros had a bad game. They had 8 hits and 5 errors. They were ugly in this game. The Reds had 9 hits and no errors. This was actually the first game of a doubleheader that was played this date. So a few big stars are missing from this lineup. And I thought I would just go ahead and choose this game just to get the Astros and the Reds back on the board. We're going to be seeing the Astros a lot more. They are one of the best teams in the league. I don't know if we'll have any more Reds games, but you never know. The Reds may make a push late in the as we move forward in this 1980 season. So Astros and Reds, as the lovely Barbara is first to join us here at Riverfront Stadium. So we got a good one tonight, we hope. Let's get right to it. Starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds today is Bruce Berenyi. And he only had about 6 starts in 80. And looking at this card, I can see why. 2 wins, 2 losses, a 7.81 ERA. Good luck tonight, Reds. Believe me, sometimes I don't look at these cards before I actually make a choice of the game. Or I don't look at these cards. But Berenyi gets the start here for this game here for the Reds. We are at Riverfront Stadium. Pretty much a pitcher's park that year. Only adds 1 to strikeouts, a few home runs scattered, but pretty much was a pitcher's park in 1980. No chance of robbing a home run. The walls are too high. As Ben Witz now joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. So, the Astros and the Reds. I wonder if any of our Reds fans will join us tonight for the game and help me play along. But, and Cutter Historical is here now as well. So let's get right to it. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Astros will be the right fielder, Terry Poole, 282 average, 13 homers, 55 RBIs, and 80. We're going to use red, white, and red dice. Reds are the home team. Getting everything here and set to go as M. Martin 68 joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Final game before the All-Star break, and Doug Hunt is now here. So let's see what we get tonight. Let's finish off the first half of the year. Berenyi, 2-3, walk, 12. And yep, he's going to start with a walk. Berenyi has a lot of walks on that card. He had 23 walks in 80. We're probably going to see a lot of them. First walk given up by Berenyi, and Poole will go to first. Infield set for double play. Phoenix Knight joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Next batter is the second baseman, Hall of Famer Joe Morgan, 243 average, 11 homers, 49 RBIs in 80. Poole had 27 steals, and he gets the jump and he's going. 14 plus 1 is 15, and Joe Nolan for the Reds is the catcher. Plus 1 is 16. He'll steal second base. So Poole will go ahead and get on base, and he will get a steal for him. Takes away the double play, re-roll the strat, and Poole will stay put. Berenyi will go ahead and deal. Berenyi, 4-7. Wild pitch, 11, yes, and Poole will get the third. So Berenyi already gives up a walk, and now he gives up a wild pitch. And now already a runner at third base. And they'll play the infield. They'll play the infield in. Why not? I'll actually no. They'll play it back. Try to get a win. The Reds know this could be a very interesting a weird matchup with Berenyi on the mound. Strategy roll, nothing on the 8. The infield in chart is set. I will use it. Berenyi, a 8-6 error on a booted ball. Morgan, 5-6, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field. So that'll be a fly to right. That'll be caught by Griffey. Ken Griffey out number 1. Morgan, a sacrifice fly of 9. That's a 12. Poole will have to do it on his own. He's got speed, 5-6, and it was hit to right field and holds if the arm rating is 6 or a 7. Griffey's arm rating is a 2, and Poole will come in to score, and it's 1-0 Astros already. So he does get the sacrifice fly. There is 1 out, but he will get the RBI in there. Next up is the first baseman, Denny Walling, 299 average, 3 homers, 29 RBIs, and 80. Already 1-0 Astros. Berenyi, 7-5 error on a booted ball. Walling, 7-8, and that's going to be a base hit past second. There won't be an error. Walling will go ahead and just hit a single. And right now, this could be a long game for the Reds, the way things are going. I'm going to have Berenyi on a very short leash. Next up is the left fielder, Jose Cruz. I put him in the Hall of the Very Good. 302 average, 11 homers, 91 RBIs that year. Infield set for double play. Strategy roll for Walling. He will stay put. Berenyi, 6-1 walk. That's ball 4. He walked him. Berenyi has a lot of walks on that card. I think it's going to be difficult to even get out. Second walk already for Berenyi. And that will bring up the center fielder, Cesar Cedeno. 309 average, 10 homers, 73 RBIs. Will Swingle joins us here at the stadium in front of the river. Strategy roll again. Nothing on the 6. Berenyi will pitch. Berenyi, 3-5, walk 9, and that is ball 4. He walks another one. So he walks another one and now walks the bases loaded. That is already his 3rd walk of the game. And now the third baseman, Enos Cabell, 276 average, 2 homers, 55 RBIs, and 80. Infield is going to play a double play depth. They're going to try to turn the 2. Actually, they're going to do corners in instead. So hit the second or short, double play chance. Hit the first or third, play will be at the plate. Probably. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 15. Berenyi. A 7-4 error or foul grounder at the park. Riverfront. 4-1. And that's going to be a base hit to center field. That's going to be a single plus. Walling will score. Cruz will score. Cedeno goes to third. Cabell trying for second. That's it to center field. Center fielder for the Reds is Geronimo. His arm rating is a 4. So 4 plus 4 is 8. I checked that here just to double check my root. So let's see here. So let me just double here. So base runner plus 4 minus the arm. So 4 plus 4 is 8 minus the 4 is a 4. So a 1-4, Cabell will take second. He does, and that's an 8. That's an 8. Let's see if he's thrown out. That's going to be a 4. Center fielder for the Reds is Geronimo. His arm rating is a D, and I think that's going to get him. His arm rating is a D, and yes, that's going to get him out. A Steeler fan calling my mom, as usual. So that is going to be an out. That is an out. So Enos Cabell thrown out at second base. Trying to take the extra base, but 2 runs come in, and it's already 3-0 Astros. Stadium groans. So Cabell gets a 2 RBI single, but he is tossed at second. And now 3-0. And here's the catcher, Alan Ashby, 256 average, 3 homers, 48 RBIs. As Frank S. joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. So Cedeno on at third, 2 outs, now 3-0 Astros. Strategy roll for Cedeno, nothing happening. Berenyi, 1-4, strikeout. That'll be too high. Ashby, 3-5, and it's a grounder to second base. That'll get handled there by Ray Knight. And Knight's going to throw it over to first and retire the side. 3 runs, 2 hits, 3 walks, and a sacrifice fly. And we're already go to the bottom of the first. I don't know how long I'm at Berenyi. Berenyi usually pitched to 22 batters in 80. I don't know how long he's going to stay out there with that kind of control. He had none. Starting pitcher for the Houston Astros, Ken Forsch. 12 wins, 13 losses, a 3.20 ERA. He gets the call for the Astros tonight here in 1980. Leading off for the Reds, left fielder Dave Collins. 303 average, 3 homers, 35 RBIs that year. Forsch will go ahead and deal. Forsch, 2-4, it's a blank. Collins, 8-8. That's a hit to center field, but an easy play for Cesar Cedeno. Fly out to center, 1 down. Here's the shortstop, Dave Concepcion. I put him in the Hall of the Very Good. 260 average, 5 homers, 77 RBIs. In 80, Forsch will deal. 5-8 against a righty, strikeout, and he got him. He'll get Concepcion first strikeout for Forsch. He had 84 of them that year. Here's the right fielder, Ken Griffey, 294 average, 13 homers, 85 RBIs, one of Griffey's better years. Forsch will go ahead and deal. Forsch, 7-5, range play 13, that's a 16, no. Griffey, 5-8, that's a grounder to short. That'll be handled by Craig Reynolds. And Reynolds will go ahead and toss that over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds. 3-0 after 1. We'll see if Berenyi can have a better inning. We go to the second. And leading off for the Astros will be the shortstop, Craig Reynolds. 226 average, 3 homers, 28 RBIs in 80. Berenyi will deal. Berenyi, 4-1, strikeout, and cold strike 3 on Reynolds. Reynolds thought that was going to be a ball, but it winds up being a strike. That'll be the first strikeout for Berenyi. He only had 19 of them that year. That'll bring up the pitcher, Ken Forsch. He can hit the ball. He uses pitcher hit card number 8. But he does strike out a lot. He does have KBIP. Berenyi will go ahead and deal. Berenyi, 7-6, strikeout, 19 will get him. That'll go ahead and get Forsch, struck him out. Second strikeout for Berenyi. 2 outs, and the batter is Poole. Poole walked his first time up and stole a base. Berenyi will deal. And 6-6. 6-6. Strikeout 19. That'll be too high. Poole, 7-6. That's a grounder to second base. Getting over there is Junior Kennedy. Kennedy will toss it over and retire the side. So believe it or not, Bruce Berenyi, after that first inning, has a 1-2-3 inning here. Even a blind squirrel can find a nut once in a while. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Reds, first baseman Dan Dreesen, 265 average, 14 homers, 74 RBIs in 80. Forsch will deal. Forsch, 4-2, range play 14, 7, yes. Dreesen, 5-3. That's a base hit to right field, but it's a range play for Terry Poole. His range is a 7. And that is an 8. And that's gonna be a single. That's going to be a base hit to right field. I can't believe it. But Poole cannot get there. It'll be a single for Dreesen. Here's the third baseman, Ray Knight. .264 average, 14 homers, 78 RBIs that year. Infield a double play depth as Terry Poole couldn't make the play. They are at Riverfront Stadium, so that's why the Astros are not the home team. That's why that 8 doesn't count. Strategy roll. That's an 11. Dreesen stays put. Forsch, 6-8. It's a blank. Knight, 7-1. Flied to center. And that's going to be a play for Cesar Cedeno. And that's out number 1. Here's the center fielder, Cesar Geronimo. 255 average, 2 homers, 9 RBIs, and 80. Strategy roll for Dreesen, and he gets the jump. And believe it or not, I'm going to send him. 15 plus 1 is 16. And Ashby plus 1 is a 17. And he's safe. Dreesen did have 19 steals. And he's going to get a stolen base here. You got to get the Reds involved here. First stolen base for the Reds. Dreesen at second. Will re-roll the strat again, and he will stay put. The Reds, as I said, there are 7 games under 500. They got to get back into this season. They got to get some wins. Forsch will pitch. Forsch, 1-8. Pitcher result, 15 against the lefty. That's going to be too high. Geronimo, 1-5. It's a grounder to short. That'll get picked up there by Reynolds. And the throw goes to first for out number 2. And Dreesen will move to third. So bumps it over to third base on a grounder to short. Here's the second baseman, Junior Kennedy. 261 average, 1 homer, 34 RBIs, and 80. Oh, by the way, rest in peace, Terrence Gore. 34 years old, played with the Mets, the Dodgers, the Royals. Was kind of a speedster. Mostly used for pinch running. Passed away at 34 years old today. Don't know the cause yet. 34 years old, a baby. Forsch will pitch to Kennedy. Strategy roll first, and nothing on the 16. Forsch, 3-8. Strikeout. That'll be too high. Kennedy, 4-1. And that's going to be, there are runners in scoring position, so that's just going to be a ground ball to first. And that'll be taken care of by Walling. He'll take it to the bag himself. And that will end the inning. No runs and a hit for the Reds and a steal. 3-0 Astros after 2. I will be posting the standings again in the Facebook group, as this is the final game before the All-Star break. Top of the third, Joe Morgan leads off for Space City. He's 0 for 1. Yes, Sonny Jurgensen, one of the greatest of all time. Berenyi, 8-8. That's an automatic out. It's going to be grounded to second base. That'll be taken care of by Kennedy. And Kennedy tosses it over to first, 1 down. Next batter is Walling. Walling got a single his first time up. Berenyi will deal. Berenyi, 4-2, strikeout, 18. That'll be too high. Walling, 3-4. That's a ground ball to short. That'll be handled by Concepcion. And he tosses it over for out number 2. Here's Cruz. Cruz walked his first time up. Berenyi will deal. And that is an 8-7 walk. That's ball 4. He'll walk Cruz. Another walk given up by Berenyi. That is his 4th. And it will bring up Cedeno. Cedeno walked his first time up. Let me see the pull rating. Berenyi has a 15 pull rating. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has 9 on the pull rating for Berenyi. With that kind of ERA, I don't know how long I'm going to keep his pull rating is a 9. I'm going to keep track of that somehow. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 9. Cruz stays put. Berenyi will pitch. Berenyi, 5-7. That's at the park. Riverfront, 1-1. That's a possible home run to left against a righty. Cedeno needs an 8 plus 4 makes him a 12. The 18 is too high. It's going to die out there. It's going to stay up there in left field. And Dave Collins is going to track it down and get it, and that will retire the side. Wow. Home run to left. And Cedeno against righties was an 8. And they add with runners on, you add 4 to make him a 12, but the 18 is too high. And that is going to be the end of the inning. And again, Berenyi escapes. Nothing across except a walk. We go to the bottom of the third. Leading off for the Reds will be the catcher, Joe Nolan. 307 average, 3 homers, 26 RBIs, 70 games. There's nothing wrong with that. Forsch will deal. Forsch, 5-3. That's a blank. Nolan, 7-3. And that's a base hit to center field. He gets the Reds started there. And that will be a single for Nolan. I never got to see Sonny Jorgensen play. Did anybody ever watch him? What kind of how good a quarterback? I mean, I know he's one of the greatest of all time, but what do you guys have to say about Sonny Jorgensen? 91 years old, something like that. That's pretty darn good. Steeler fan joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. We knew he wouldn't miss an Astros game. Infield a double play. That'll bring up the pitcher, Bruce Berenyi. He can't hit. He uses hit card number 1. And he's probably going to automatically bunt. I will roll a strat first. And, yeah, he's going to bunt. Berenyi has a bunt rating of 5, so not bad. So the bunt is on. Forsch, 1-2. It's a blank. Berenyi will lay down the bunt. And that is bunted right to the pitcher. And so his bunt rating is a 5. And that's going to be an 18. And is that going to be good? Let me check the bunt chart. I didn't get the bunt chart out. So bunt rating, and yes, that's going to be a successful, but just barely. A successful sacrifice bunt will get Nolan over to second, and Berenyi is out at first, and that's 1 out. Just got it. So Nolan over to second on a sacrifice to the pitcher, and now the batter is Collins. Collins is 0 for 1. Nolan on at second, and he will stay there. Collins gets the bunt sign, but he's swinging. Forsch, 8-3. Pitcher result. That's a 10 against the switch left. That is a possible home run. Against the righty, Collins needs a 5. No adjustment. A 1-5. Collins gets the Reds on the board. No. 1-6. But against the righty, though, he's still going to get a base hit past short. Nolan does not have speed. He'll have to hold it third. His base running rating is a 1. Needs to be a lot better than that in order to score. So he will hold at third base. So they don't get a home run, but it is a base hit. And now runners at the corners with 1 out. And here's Concepcion. Concepcion is 0 for 1. Infield is going to play double play depth. Try to turn the 2. Concepcion does hit into a number. XSG2 says infield in. Really? Okay. You want infield in? You sure? Okay, I'll play. XSG2 says infield in. Very well. He wants infield in. So runners at the corners, strategy roll. Nothing on the 16. Collins got him 79 steals, but he doesn't get a jump here. Forsch will pitch. Forsch, 1-3. It's a blank. Concepcion, 4-8. That is a ground ball to third. So that is going to be an infield in play. That's a ground ball to third. Nolan is a 1. And let's see. Ground ball to Nolan is a 1, so a -3. That's a 5. So 5 minus 3 is going to be a 2. And that's going to easily be the runner on third will hold, the batter will be out. So Collins goes to second. Concepcion is out, and that is 2 down. Since the infield was in, so there are 2 down. So XSG2 wanted it. That's what he got. And now here's Griffey. Griffey is 0 for 1. Runners at second and third now, 2 outs. Forsch will go ahead and pitch to Griffey. Strategy, nothing on the 14. Forsch will go ahead and deal. Forsch, 6-8. That's a blank. Griffey, 8-1, base hit past second. That'll get 2 runs in. Nolan will score. Collins will score. Griffey gets 2 RBIs, 3-2. Stadium cheers. Yay! Griffey comes through with a single, an RBI single for him, 2 RBIs. Collins easily scores from second base with no problem at all. And now it is 3-2. And now the batter is Dreesen. Dreesen got a single his first time up. Only to get that. Best laid plans of mice and men. Griffey on at first. Now a 3-2 ball game. And nothing on the 3. Actually, Griffey does not get the jump. Forsch holds him. Forsch will pitch. Forsch. 4-3. Error on a throw. Dreesen. 1-8. And Dreesen hits one into center field, and that's going to be a double. Now, there could be Astros is Cedeno. His error rating is a 9. That is a 4. There will be an error on the throw. There will be a throwing error. So I'll check. I don't have that often on that, but that means, so it's a throwing error. No, so we got to see if Griffey, first of all, we got to see if Griffey would score. So there is going to be an error on a throw no matter what. Griffey, 1-4. And coming around, advances if he's 4-8. Yes, Griffey will score. Griffey will score. Now Dreesen is on at second. So I'll check it here. All runners check advancement as normal first, then for error, all runners get an extra base on the error. If runner thrown out during play, error overrides. And batter safe plus the advance, which means Dreesen automatically gets third. We're tied at 3. Stadium cheers. Yay! So that's going to be a double for Dreesen, an RBI double and an E8. First error on the Astros. The Astros did have 5 errors in this game historically. That does allow Dreesen to take third. On an error on a throw, so I just want to double check. But yeah, all runners get an extra base on the error. If runner thrown out during play, error overrides and batter safe plus advance. So it automatically lets Dreesen take third. If I made a mistake on this, Chris will check the video and make sure, but I don't think I did. Next batter will be Knight. Knight is 0 for 1. Already the Reds tie it right up. 2 men out here in the bottom of the third. Trips across the board. Strategy. Nothing on the 5. Dreesen stays put. Forsch, 7-3. And against a righty, that'll be an automatic out. And it'll be a fly to center field. This time, Cedeno will get to that. And he will put it away, retire the side. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and a sacrifice. Tied at 3 after 3. We'll see if Berenyi can have a good inning here as we move on to the 4th. That was good managing, though. I mean, you don't see managing in this chat, okay, like you do in the other chat with the fluffy cat. We go to the 4th. Enos Cabell leads off for Space City. He got a single his first time up. Berenyi has pitched very well the last 2 innings. Will it continue? Berenyi, 8-3, strikeout. 18 is high. Cabell, 3-3. That's a grounder to second base. That'll get picked up by Junior Kennedy. And he throws to first for the out. Next up is Ashby. Ashby is 0 for 1. Berenyi will deal. 3-7. That's a walk, but the 11 is just going to miss. Ashby is a 9, plus 1 is a 10. Ashby will swing for 8. And that is going to be a ground ball to first. There are no runners in scoring position. So an easy play to first base taken care of by Dan Dreesen. He'll take it to the bag himself, 2 down. And now Reynolds. Reynolds is 0 for 1. Berenyi will deal. Berenyi, 3-2, walk. That is ball 4. That is a 2, and he will walk Reynolds. That is the 5th walk given up by Berenyi. And it does bring up Forsch using hit card number 8. Forsch struck out his first time up. He will bat. Tied at 3. Reynolds had 2 steals. I doubt he's going anywhere. He is not. And Berenyi will pitch. Berenyi, 1-1, walk. The 4 is too high. Forsch does have a walk rating of 1. Even +1 makes him a 2. That will not be a walk. He will get the swing, however. And 5-6. And he gets a base hit. That's going to be a single past second base. Will that move Reynolds over to third? I think it will. These charts. I think that will get him over there. And yeah, that will. Single past second base, yes. Reynolds will get to third. Ken Forsch gets a hit. DH? I don't need no stinking DH. So Forsch gets a base hit. And now runners at the corners, and here's Poole. So Berenyi thought he was probably going to get out of the inning. But he'll have to face another batter here. Tied at 3, top of the 4th. Astros and the Reds here at the stadium in front of the river. Strategy roll, nothing on the 15. Berenyi, he will pitch. Berenyi, 5-1, walk, and that will be ball 4 to Poole. These bases on balls are killing him. And that'll be another walk, and the bases are loaded. That is walk number 6. So I know he had 9, 10, 11, 12. He has not reached the Poole rating yet. Here's Morgan. Morgan is 0 for 2. Bases are loaded here. The Reds came all the way back, and now Berenyi trying to get out of this jam. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 19. Berenyi will pitch. Berenyi, 3-4, walk 6. That's ball 4, and he walked in a run. So he'll walk in Reynolds, and the carousel will turn. It's now 4-3 Astros. Stadium groans. 7th walk issued by Berenyi. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He gives up one more hit or walk. I'm going to yank him. He'll reach his Poole rating. Here's Walling, who is 1 for 2. David Vega joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Bases are loaded. The batter now is Walling. Walling is 1 for 2 with a single. Reds trying to hope Bruce Berenyi here had a bad first inning. Now he's having a bad 4th. Trying to get in here. Yep, he had 23 walks. I know he had a lot. He had no control. That's why his ERA is 7.81. No wonder the Reds traded him to the Mets, gave him to the Mets a few years later. Berenyi, of course, started on the 1986 Mets, but he didn't finish with them. Berenyi, strategy roll, and nothing on the 2. Berenyi will pitch. Berenyi, 1-1, walk, 14, ball 4, he walked, Walling, that's it for him. So that'll go ahead and bring in another walks and another run. It is now 5-3. Berenyi does reach his Poole rating, and that is it. That allows me to yank him. Stadium groans. That's his 8th walk, and out he comes. So he is done, and we'll see a new pitcher now. The batter is Cruz, and there's still 2 outs. Let's see who the Reds want to bring on to pitch. It's considered middle innings, right? So coming on to pitch for the Reds is going to be Mario Soto. 10 wins, 8 losses, 4 saves, a 3.07 ERA. Soto had a lot of middle innings appearances, so I'm going to go with Soto here. So Mario Soto will come on to pitch, and he can pitch to 10, although he is due to bat 4th. He may stay in the lineup. So he can pitch to 10. So let's see here. So right there. So here's Cruz. 2 outs. Now 5-3 Astros because Berenyi just has no control. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 3. Soto will pitch. Soto, 7-7, strikeout 6, and swing and a miss. Struck him out, and that'll retire the side. He gets cruised. Soto did have 182 strikeouts that year, and he gets him out of the jam. 2 runs on 1 hit and 4 walks. But one of my rules is if there's a pitcher that is really that bad and he gets a start, I keep him in at least till he gets his pull rating, then I yank him. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. I make sure I got the rosters correct, the lineup correct. Poole, Morgan, Walling, and then Cruz. Okay. We go to the bottom of the 4th here. Yeah, fans of Riverfront say thank you. I'm sure they did. Cesar Geronimo leads off for the Natty. He's 0 for 1. 5-3 favor of the Astros. The Reds historically won this game, believe it or not, 8-6. Forsch, 3-8. Strikeout, 16 will miss. Geronimo, 2-8. That's a grounder to short. That'll be handled by Craig Reynolds. And he'll throw it over to first. Next up is Kennedy. Kennedy is 0 for 1. Forsch will deal. Forsch, 3-6. That's a blank. Kennedy, 2-4. And that's going to be a base hit to left field. There are no runners in scoring position, so the hit will stand. So Kennedy gets his first hit of the game, and it will bring up Nolan. Nolan singled his first time up. Infield set for double play. Strategy for Kennedy. He had 3 stolen bases. He's not going to get one here. Pitch from Forsch. 8-8. Walk. And yep, ball 4. Forsch can't believe it. Nolan's walk rating is a 10. Plus 1 makes him an 11. That is an 11, and he walked him. And Forsch is yelling at the umpire. And the umpire says, you better quiet down, man, or you're getting the showers early. So that brings up a walk, and that will bring up the pitcher, Mario Soto. I'm going to let him hit. Soto, however, probably going to lay down the bunt. His bunt rating is a 5. He also uses pitcher card, hitting card number 1. Strategy roll anyway to see what comes up. That is a 10. And, yep, Soto is going to lay down the bunt. So the corners are in expecting the bunt. Forsch, 4-4. That is a blank. Soto bunts the ball. And that is bunted right back to the pitcher. Forsch will grab it. His bunt rating will stay a 5, and that is an 8. That's going to be a good bunt. That's going to be a good bunt. Kennedy will move to third. Nolan to second. The only play he has is the first. 2 down. So a good bunt there by Mario Soto to keep the inning going. But now there are 2 outs. Another sacrifice hit to the pitcher. Here's Collins. Collins is 1 for 2 with a single. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. 5-3 Astros, bottom of the 4th. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 10. Forsch will pitch. Forsch, 6-3, and that's a blank. Collins, 3-4, and it's a ground ball to third. That'll get picked up by Cabell. Cabell throws to first, and that will end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and a walk, and a bunt. But it's 5-3 Astros after 4. We go to the 5th. Cesar Cedeno leads off for the Astros. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Astros lead the National League West. They're the number 1 team right now in the National League. The Reds are in last place, but they're only 7 games under 500 with 3 more months left to play. They're not done yet. Soto will stay on the mound. Soto, 3-4 against a righty. That's an automatic out. It'll be a ground out to second base. Picked up there by Kennedy and over to first. Here's Cabell. Philip Reynolds here joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Cabell is 1 for 2. Soto with the deal. 6-5. Walk. 12. That'll be too high. Cabell, a 1-5. That's another ground out to short, handled by Concepcion. And he'll toss the first. 2 down. And now Ashby. Ashby is 0 for 2. Soto will deal. Soto, 3-6. Walk. 6. That's ball 4, and he will walk Ashby. Soto had 74 walks in 80, and that will be his first walk. And now the batter is Reynolds. Reynolds is 0 for 1 with a walk. Ashby, not a threat to steal. Still rolling a strat and nothing on the 1. He will stay put. Soto will deal. Soto, 5-5. Strikeout. 15 is too high. Reynolds, 8-1. Hit a fly ball to right field. And Ken Griffey will get to that and make the catch and retire the side. Nothing across except the walk. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Our final game before the All-Star break. Fitting that my All-Star break begins on Super Bowl Sunday. I really wasn't planning on playing on Super Bowl Sunday anyway, but it's funny that the All-Star break actually falls right on it. Bottom of the 5th, Dave Concepcion leads off. He is 0 for 2. Forsch will go ahead and deal. Forsch, 1-8. Pitcher result against a righty. That is a 2, and that's going to be an automatic out. And that's just going to be, we're going to use that same die roll. It's a fly to left. Getting over there will be Jose Cruz. And he'll make the play. 1 out. Here's Dreesen. Dreesen is Dreesen, or is it Griffey? No, Griffey. My bad. Griffey's next, not Dreesen. Griffey is next. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Forsch will deal. Yeah, I'm rooting for the Seahawks too. Forsch, 4-3. Error on a throw. Griffey, 7-5. And that's going to be a ground ball to first base. That's going to get picked up there by Walling. His error rating is an 11. That's a 17. He won't make an error. Forsch will come over there, and Walling will toss it to him for the out. 2 down. No error there on Walling. He makes the play. And now here's Dreesen. Dreesen, 2 for 2, a single and a double. Forsch will go ahead and deal. Forsch, 7-6. Strikeout 9. Nope, that'll just miss. Dreesen, 7-8. And Dreesen keeps the inning going. He smacks one into center field, and that's going to be a double. Dreesen gets his second double of the game. He's now 3 for 3. But can Knight bring him in? Knight is 0 for 2. Fans here, Riverfront, hoping for a big hit. Forsch can pitch to 30 batters. Dreesen on at second. Knight at the plate. Strategy roll. That's a 20. Nothing happening. Forsch will deal. Forsch, 8-2. Range play 14. That's a 5. Yes. Knight, 2-6. And against the righty, it's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Craig Reynolds. His range is a 7. And he got it. Just barely, but he got it. Nice play there by Reynolds. He'll throw to first to get the out and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Reds. 5-3 Stros after 5. On to the 6th. The Houston Astros here in 1980 are going to try to go ahead and repeat as champs from the 1999 season I did last year. And they got a team that could probably do it. Ken Forsch is the batter. He uses pitcher hit card number 8, and he's going to bat. This is 1980, not 2026. Soto, 3-5, strikeout. He'll get Forsch. He'll strike out Forsch there, and that's the first out. Next batter is Poole. Poole is 0 for 1, but it's walked twice. Soto, 3-6, walk, and he's going to walk 3, and he's going to walk a third time. He'll walk Poole, and Poole will take another walk. That's the third time Poole has been walked here. Next batter is Morgan. Morgan is 0 for 2 with a walk. Infield set for double play. Poole at 27 steals. That is a 4, and I'm sending him. 14 plus 1 is 15. Nolan plus 1 is 16. He's safe. Poole will steal second base. Second stolen base for the Astros in the ball game. Strategy roll again, and Poole will stay at second here. Soto will deal. Soto, 1-6, pickoff, 17. Wow, that just missed a balk. But nope, we're going to go to the park. Riverfront, 4-7, and against the lefty, actually use hitter side for splits. He's a lefty, and that's going to be a double into left field. That's going to be a double to left field. Poole will come around. He will score. Morgan to second at 6-3 Astros. Stadium groans. Double for Morgan. Now makes it 6-3. The batter now is Walling. Walling is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. On Riverfront Stadium, you check what you use here. If there's a split, you go with the batter's rate where the hitter's side is, not against the pitcher. You only do with the batter against the pitcher. Morgan on at second, now 6-3 Stros. So the Astros did get the 6 runs they had historically in the ball game. Strategy roll. Morgan stays put. Soto, 7-7, strikeout 10. That will miss. Walling, 5-3. That's grounded to short. That'll be handled by Concepcion. And that will be out number 2. And Morgan, he will make third. So Morgan goes to third on the ground out. And now here's Cruz. Cruz has walked twice, is 0 for 1. 6-3 Astros. Soto will be tired after Cruz. Soto will pitch to him. Strategy roll. Nothing happening on the 9. Morgan stays at third. Soto, 7-4. Range play 11. That's a 9. Yes. Cruz, 3-5. It's a base hit past short. It's a range play for Concepcion. His range is a 4. He's got it. Nice play by Concepcion, and he'll throw it over to first, and that will end the inning. 1 run on 1 hit, a walk, and a steal. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Leading off for the Natty is Cesar Geronimo. He is 0 for 2. 6-3 Astros here, bottom of the 6th. Our final game before the All-Star break. Forsch, 7-8 at the park. Riverfront, 8-8, fly to left. Easy play there for Cruz. Jose Cruz will get that for the out. Next up is Kennedy. Kennedy 1 for 2 with a single. Forsch, he'll dial in. Forsch, 4-4, it's a blank. Kennedy, 3-3, ground ball hit to third. Easy play for Enos Cabell. And Cabell will toss it over for out number 2. And now Nolan. Nolan is 1 for 2 with a walk. Forsch will deal. 4-7, strikeout. That will be too high. Nolan, 7-5, and that's a grounder to short again. And Reynolds will get this one, and he'll throw it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Reds, but they're down 6-3 after 6. We go to the 7th. Soto is tired. They're going to ask him to pitch this inning. He is due to lead off Unless I do, well, it is the 7th inning. I could do a double. Let's see. We're in the 7th inning. I could do. Who was the batter that left out? Nolan was the last batter, so that was the catcher. So I think we're going to do a double switch here. I think so. I can't believe it. Everybody check, see it outside to see if the sky is falling. It looks like we're going to do a double switch. So Soto's going to come out. And coming into pitch, let's see. The Astros have Cedeno. They have right switch. So coming on to pitch for the Reds is going to be Doug Bear. He can pitch to 7. Doug Bear is going to come in the place of Joe Nolan. So the pitcher is going to bat 8th. And we need a new catcher. And, of course, there's only one catcher. And believe it or not, Johnny Bench is on the bench. So Johnny Bench, believe it or not, is going to bat 9th. There's only one catcher I can bring in, and that is Johnny Bench. So timeout as I fix the scorecard. As now the pitcher will bat 8th, and the catcher will bat 9th. So Bench will take over will bat in the 9th spot, which means he leads off. So Doug Bear will come on to pitch for the Reds. 3 wins, 6 losses, 6 saves, a 4.24 ERA. Nice job by Mario Soto, believe it or not. Not too bad. He gave up only 1 run in relief. As we go to the top of the 7th. So Doug Bear, the new pitcher. And leading off for the Astros is Cesar Cedeno. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Top of the 7th, 6-3 Astros. Bear, 4-4, error on a booted ball. Cedeno, 6-7, and that's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Bear's error rating is a 0. He will not make an error. What he will is throw to first, and that will be the first out. Next up is Cabell. Cabell is 1 for 3 with a single. Bear will deal. Bear down, 2-8, strikeout, and he got him. He got Cabell, struck him out. Bear had 62 Ks in 80. And now Ashby. Ashby is 0 for 2 with a walk. Bear will go ahead and bear down. 4-6. That's an automatic out. It'll be a fly to left. Easily picked up there by Collins. And that is a 1-2-3 inning on the Astros. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we still have 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. After tonight, we are at the All-Star break. There will be no baseball tomorrow night. I will not play tomorrow. Of course, it's Super Bowl Sunday anyway, so there will not be a game tomorrow night. We will return Monday night with the 1980 All-Star game from Dodger Stadium. The American League All-Stars against the National League. Steve Stone will be starting pitcher for the American League. J.R. Richard will be pitching for the National League. And if you guys have never seen me play an all-star game, You never know what might happen in an all-star game. So, okay, where some baseball rules are relaxed for it. It is an exhibition game. So I know you guys I know you guys if you've ever seen me play an all-star game, it's a lot of fun because it goes crazy. All-star games are usually weird here. The 1980 All-Star Game, Monday night here on RJL Network, as we now enter the All-Star break. Bottom of the seventh here, Astros lead 6-3. Can't believe we're already halfway through the 1980 season. Leading off for the Reds, the catcher, Hall of Famer, and maybe the best catcher of all time, Mr. Johnny Bench. 250 average, 24 homers, 68 RBIs in 80. As he takes over for Nolan, and he now bats ninth. Forsch will go ahead and pitch. Forsch, 8-1, it's a blank. Bench, 5-1 against the righty. It's a ground ball to third. That'll be handled by Cabell. And Cabell throws it over for out number one. Here's Collins. Collins is 1 for 2 with a single. Forsch will deal. Forsch, 8-8, walk. 12 is ball 4, he walked him. Forsch walks Collins, and that is the second walk for Forsch. You only had 40 of them in 80. And now a chance for Concepcion. Concepcion is 0 for 3. Kind of think he's due. Infield a double play. Strategy roll. Collins will stay where he is. Concepcion gets the hit and run. I said, no. We're three runs down. I got to swing normally. Forsch will go ahead and pitch. Forsch, 4-2. Range play 14. 2, yes. Concepcion, 6-3. It's a base hit past short, but it's a range play for Craig Reynolds. His range is a 7. That's a 6. He's going to make it. And we'll see if he turns a double play. And that is a 6. Hit to short plus 1 is a 7. Forsch minus 1 is a 6. And that's going to be a fielder's choice. So that'll belt out a fielder's choice. Concepcion will get to first. And that is out number 2. And now here's Griffey. Griffey is 1 for 3 with a single. Concepcion on it first. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 6. Forsch will go ahead and pitch. Forsch, 8-3. That's a pitcher result. That's a 6 against the lefty. That is a possible home run against a righty. Griffey needs a 16. That is a 0. A 1-16. Griffey gets the Reds 2 runs. And he just did. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. And that ball just clears the wall. It's gone. Home run, Ken Griffey. A 2-run bomb by Griffey. It's now 6-5. Stadium cheers. Yay! Just got it. Forsch can't believe it. And the batter now is Dreesen. And timeout for 1 moment, please. Sorry, guys, going to take care of something real quick. So Dreesen is now 3 for 3, 2 singles and a double. We're in the bottom of the seventh, 6-5 now. Dreesen a chance here. Dreesen got some home run power. This is probably going to be Forsch's last inning. He's due to bat second. So now it's a 6-5 ball game. Forsch, 5-1, walk 3. That's ball 4. And now the go-ahead, the tying run is on base. And here comes Knight. A walk to Dreesen. Knight is 0 for 3. Forsch is tired. They say he wants to pitch. He's due to bat second in the 8th for the Astros. Astros lead 6-5 now. A 2-run bomb by Griffey. 2 men down. Fans here at Riverfront Stadium hoping the Reds can keep it going. Strategy roll. Dreesen will stay where he is. Forsch will pitch. Forsch, 2-4. It's a blank. Knight, 6-2. And against the righty, it's a fly ball to right. That's going to be caught by Poole. He will make the catch and retire to side. Reds get closer. 2 runs on 1 hit, a couple of walks. It's 6-5 after 7. This game's not over. We go to the 8th. Craig Reynolds leads off for the Astros. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Now that the Reds have gotten closer, the question is, do I want Bear to continue to pitch? And I think the answer is yes. I don't like the lefty. I got a couple of lefties coming up. I really don't like who's in the bullpen for the Reds in this situation. And let me see, how well does Bear do against righties? Reynolds is a little bit worse. I think Bear, I'm going to let Bear pitch. Bear's going to stay out there. He'll continue to pitch. Top of the 8th, 6-5. With Reynolds the batter, 0 for 2 with a walk. Bear will deal. Bear, 2-1, wild pitch. It's a blank. Reynolds, 1-8. That's a grounder to short. That'll be taken care of by Concepcion. And that is the first out. Pinch hitter coming in for Forsch. He is done for the game. He leaves with the W. And let's see, got a righty, so the most, and it's 8th inning, so the most at bats against a righty. 31, 6, 1, 5, 1. I think it's going to be Bergman. Coming on to bat for the Astros will be Dave Bergman. He had 31 pinch hits against righties. 256 average, no homers, 3 RBIs, and 80. Dave Bergman will go up against Bear. 1 out, top of the 8th. Bear will deal. 7-3, error on a throw. Bergman, 6-3. That's a grounder to second base. That ball is hit to Kennedy. His error rating is a 4. That is a 4. He's going to make an error. That's going to be an error. First baseman Dreesen has a range of 5, and that's not going to get the ball. It's going to get past him. Bergman, a base running rating of 2, but he'll hold it first. A bad throw by Kennedy, who didn't make that many of them. That's going to be an E4. First error on the Reds. They did not have any errors in the game historically, and Bergman is 8th. And now here's Poole. Infield set for double play. Poole is 0 for 1, but has walked 3 times. Bergman not a stealing threat, and he's not going anywhere. Bear will go ahead and deal. Bear, 2-7 against the lefty. It's blank. Poole, 6-3, and there are no runners in scoring position. So does that stay a hit? Bears a 1-5. That is a ground ball to first base. Poole, there are no 6-3. There are no runners in scoring position. Bear a 1-5 will keep that an out. That's an 11. It's going to be a base hit. That's going to be a single pass first. Will Bear get to third? He will not. Bear will hold at second. Bergman will hold at second base. Bear cannot keep it where it is. And that out now becomes a single. Runners at first and second for Morgan. Infield still a double play. Morgan 1 for 3, doubled and walked. But Poole goes ahead with no runners in scoring position. Poole turns that into a hit. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 6th. Bergman at second, Poole at first. Bear will pitch. Bear, 7-2. Wild pitch, yes! Bear uncorks a wild one. And now runners move to second and third. Now the infield has to come in. Bear will be tired after Morgan anyway. Now the infield has to come in. 6-5. Bear will pitch. Strategy roll again. Nothing on the 14. Bear will deal. Bear, 2-4. Strikeout 8. That's going to miss. Morgan, 5-4. It's a fly to right. That'll be a fly ball to right field. And that'll be caught by Griffey. Morgan, a sacrifice fly roll of 9. That's an 11. He doesn't get it that way. Bergman will try. Bergman will try to get him in. On a sacrifice fly to right. That is a 3-7. And he's not coming in. He needs to be he will hold. Bergman holds at third. A big insurance run does not score. 2 down. Not deep enough. And now the batter is Walling. Bear is tired. And we're going to see a new pitcher as Bear is done. They need to get 1 out, and Bear is coming out. Reds are going to go to the bullpen. And coming on to pitch for the Reds is going to be Dave Tomlin. 3 wins, no losses, a 5.54 ERA. But Tomlin's job is to get Walling out. So Dave Tomlin will come on to pitch for the Reds. Walling 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. And Walling will bat to him. Walling actually no power against lefties, but Dave Tomlin, his job is to get 1 out. Tomlin sets up. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 11. Tomlin will deal. Tomlin, 5-5. That's a blank. Walling, 3-6. And against the lefty, that's going to be a fly ball to center field. And that's going to be grabbed there by Geronimo. He will make the catch and retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, an error. But because Tomlin was a lefty, that is going to be an out. You just don't see managing like this on that other channel with the fluffy cat. You just don't. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Leading off for the Reds is Cesar Geronimo. Geronimo is 0 for 3. You got a left, right, and a pinch hitter coming in for Tomlin. The Astros need a pitcher. And they're going to go with... Coming on to pitch for the Astros is going to be Joe Sambito. 8 wins, 4 losses, 17 saves, a 2.19 ERA in 80. So Sambito coming on, he may be asked to get 6 outs. He can do it. Joe Sambito. Geronimo will bat. He's 0 for 3. Bottom of the 8th, 6-5 Astros. Sambito will deal. Sambito, 6-4. That's an automatic out. It'll be a fly out to center field. And Cedeno will make the play. That's out number 1. Rough night for Geronimo. Next up is Kennedy. Kennedy 1 for 2 with a single. Sambito will deal. Zambito, 7-3 against a righty. It's an automatic out, and that's going to be a fly to left. Play there for Jose Cruz, and that is out number 2. Tomlin, the batter, but he's not going to bat. They will bring on a pinch hitter here for the Reds. We got a lefty. So who has the most pinch hits against lefties in this case? And it will be coming on to pinch hit for the Reds is going to be HOU Cruz. 213 average, a homer, 5 RBIs. He has the most pinch hits against lefties on the bench. So HOU Cruz will come on to pinch hit. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, 6-5. Zambito will deal. Zambito, 1-3, and that's an automatic out. It'll be a fly to right. That'll be handled there by Poole. And that is a quick 1-2-3 inning on the Reds. 6-5 Astros after 8. We go to the 9th. Leading off for the Astros will be Jose Cruz. Cruz is 0 for 2, but has walked twice. Reds need a pitcher. And in this case, they're going to bring in their best for this case. And that is going to be coming on to pitch for the Reds, Tom Boom Boom Hume. 9 wins, 10 losses, 25 saves, a 2.56 ERA. Tom Hume will come on to pitch. His job to keep it where it is. 5th Reds pitcher, Tom Boom Boom Hume. Hume, 7-1, strikeout. He got Cruz. He'll go ahead and strike Cruz out. Hume had 68 strikeouts that year in 1980. Here's Cedeno. Cedeno was 0 for 3 with a walk. Hume will deal. Hume, 2-1, strikeout. 18 will miss. Cedeno, 3-2. That's a grounder to short. That'll be handled by Concepcion. And he goes to first 2 outs. And now Cabell. Cabell is 1 for 4 with a single. Hume looking on. His job is to keep it where it is, 6-5. Hume will pitch. Hume, 3-3, strikeout, 8, swing and a miss, struck him out. Tom Hume gets the job done and retires aside. 1-2-3, go the Astros. But they lead 6-5. But will we see some 9th inning magic? I know Steeler fan definitely wants to see some 9th inning magic. I know for a fact Matt wants to see some 9th inning magic. Leading off for the Reds will be Mr. Johnny Bench. No magic. Block magic. Bench will go ahead. He coming in. He is 0 for 1. Zambito, he's one of the main closers here. I don't think there's anyone. I got right, switch right. I don't think there's really anyone else. Well, I could bring in Smith. I could bring in Dave Smith. Smith was actually a little better than Zambito. You got what? You got a righty, then you got a switch, and then you got a righty. Bench is better against lefties. Zambito's going to come out of the game. And I'm going to go ahead and bring out Dave Smith. 7 wins, 5 losses, 10 saves, a 1.93 ERA. Dave Smith's job, get the save. Zambito does get a hold. So Dave Smith will pitch to Mr. Johnny Bench. Bottom of the 9th. Fans here at Riverfront would love to see these Reds get a win. Smith will pitch to Bench. Smith, 8-2, error on a booted ball. Bench, 3-1, and that is it's a ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Morgan. His error rating is a 3. That's a 5. Morgan will not make an error. He'll throw to first for the out. 1 down. Next batter is Collins. Collins is 1 for 3, singled and walked. Smith will pitch to Collins. Smith, 1-5, strikeout 4, swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 down. And the last chance for the Reds is Dave Concepcion. He is 0 for 3, is 0 for 4. Concepcion will bat against Smith. Fans here, Riverfront, hoping Concepcion can go ahead and get a big-time hit. Dave Smith trying to close it for the Astros. Smith will pitch. 3-8 against the righty. It's a base hit. That's going to be a single in the center field. The tying run is on. Concepcion will get his first hit of the game. And now the batter is Ken Griffey, who does have a 2-run bomb in this game. Griffey 2 for 4, a single and a bomb. He has all 5 runs for the Reds. He's got 5 RBIs in this game. So Ken Griffey against Smith. 2 men down. 6-2. Concepcion on it first. If Smith pitches a meatball to Griffey, that could be very much gone. Concepcion on it first. Fans here, Riverfront. Griffey sets up in there. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Dave Smith looking at Griffey. The fans hoping that the Reds can come through with one. Smith will pitch. 8-1. Strikeout 3. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. That's your game. Astros will hold on for the win here tonight. 6-5. Stadium groans. No runs and a hit, as the Astros will go ahead and get the win here and beat the Reds. I thought it would be a lot worse with Berenyi on the mound, but the Reds made it interesting. The Astros will go to 54-22, and the Reds now drop to 35-23. 43. Final line score coming up. For the Astros, 6 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. For the Reds, 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. The winning pitcher is Ken Forsch. He'll wind up with the win. Bruce Berenyi will take the loss. Joe Sambito will hold, and Dave Smith will pick up the save. So a good baseball game to end the first half of the season. We're not done. 10-minute ticker is next. So that's it. The first half of the season is done. We're already halfway through the 1980 season, huh? It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, powered by FastScore Baseball. So the Astros will take a 6-5 win over the Reds. Only 2 days today. So let's see how the rest of the majors goes. July 5th, Boston at Baltimore. Red Sox, 10:54. That is 6. Orioles, 9:34. That is 4. Athletics at the White Sox. Athletics, 10:42. That's 4. White Sox, 1:23. That's 1, a win for Oakland. Yankees at the Indians. Yankees, 21:62. That's 9. Indians, 7:35. That is 3. That's a win for the Yanks. Blue Jays and Detroit. Bluebirds, 10:26. That's 3. Cats, 12-13. And that's 1. Bluebirds win. Mariners and the Royals. Mariners, 10:53. That's 6. Royals 28-55, that's 9. Angels and the Brewers. Angels 10-13, that's 1. Brewers 21-54, and that is 8. Get the win. Rangers and the Twins. Rangers 16-45, and that will be 6. Twins 6-43, and that's 4. Win for the Rangers. Padres and the Braves. Padres 8-46, and that's 5. Braves 8-22, that's 2. Braves are struggling just a little bit. Astros and the Reds, second game of the doubleheader. Astros 11-45, that's 5. Reds 9-36, and that's 4. And the Astros take both. Giants and the Dodgers. Giants 2-55, that is 5. Dodgers 6-33, 3. Expos and the Mets. Can my Mets get a win? Expos 14-16, and that's 2. Mets 2-66, that's 8. And I'll have a happy recap. Cubs and the Pirates. Cubs 8-36, 4 runs. Pirates 14-11, that's 0. Win for the Cubs. Phillies and the Cardinals. Phillies 13-34, that's 4. Cardinals 20-62, that's 9. The Redbirds will get a win. July 6th, final day before the All-Star break. Austin at Baltimore. Red Sox 10-42, 4 runs. Orioles 15-63, 8 runs. Oakland at the White Sox doubleheader, game 1. Athletics 9-61, and that's 6. White Sox minus 5-52, that's 3. Game number 2. Oakland 20-22, that's 4. White Sox 5-56, and that's 5. The White Sox will split the twin bill. Yankees and the Indians. Yankees 17-43, that's 6. Indians 20-21, that's 3. Another win for the Bronx Bombers. Blue Jays and the Tigers. Blue Jays 7-43, that's 4. Tigers 18-43, that's 6. And they'll get that win. Mariners and the Royals. Mariners 6-53, that's 5. Kansas City 12-31, that's 4. The M's will get a win. Angels and the Brewers. Angels 4-32, that's 3. Brewers 18-31, and that's 4. The Brewers will win. Rangers and the Twins. Rangers 16-54, 7 runs. Twins 7-52, 5 runs. Another win for the Rangers. They're making their move, and they're making their move for second or third in the American League West. Padres and the Braves. Padres 7-46, that's 5. Bravos 7-66, that's 9. They'll get that win. Astros and the Reds. Astros 3-45, and that's 4. Reds 9-12, that's 1. Another win for the Stros. Giants and the Dodgers. Giants minus 251, that is 3. Dodgers 11-14, that is 2. A win for the G-Men. Expos and the Mets. Can my Mets get a win? Expos 10-15, and that is 2. Mets 2-15, and that is 1. And my Mets continue to suck. Cubs and the Pirates. Cubs 7. Cubs 7-63, that is 7. Pirates 8-63, and that is 7. And they're going to extras. Cubs roll a 6, minus 1 is 5. Pirates roll a 5, plus 0 is 5. That's a tie, which means the Pirates will raise the Jolly Roger. Phillies and the Cardinals. Phillies 10-44, that's 5. Cardinals 3-61, that's 5. And they're going to extras. Phillies roll a 2 plus 0. Cardinals roll a 6 minus 4 is 2. And that's a tie, but which means the Cardinals will win by virtue of home field. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always Wednesday, because that's when the second half will begin. No baseball tomorrow night. Monday night, the 1980 All-Star Game from Dodger Stadium. Steve Stone will start for the American League. J.R. Richards starts for the National League. Every time I do an All-Star Game, you have no idea how the game's going to go. So join us on Monday night at 8 for the 1980 All-Star Game, the Midsummer Classic. We are halfway through this 1980 season. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys Monday night. This game will not belong to the Reds. It will go to the Astros tonight, 6-5. Join us Monday night. The 1980 All-Star Game is next.